Hello everybody! Before the video starts, a quick note. I messed up the recording of the audio of this video, so there is like a slight echo. I'm so sorry. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. You'll just have to live with it for this video. Anyways, I hope you still enjoy the video. Thank you! Hello everybody! Welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today I am playing a scary indie game. But aside from that, today I am also filming on my new PC. So I got my very first PC about 4 months ago, and this will be my first time making a video on it. So anyways, as you can see, today we are playing a game called You Make This House a Home. So basically, this game is a visual novel. I believe it is a horror romance kind of thing. You wake up in a house you don't recognize with a man you don't recognize that claims he's your lover. You can't remember a thing about your life or who you were. You now must spend the next 5 days leading up to your alleged anniversary exploring the house to try and find answers to your questions, or better yet, an escape. Also, this game is a demo, so it is not fully released yet. I believe there is going to be 5 playable days in total, and so far 2 days have been released. So we're gonna play through those 2, and then maybe I'll follow up on this game once the full version comes out and we can play it again. Now, there is a disclaimer here that I will read out. So, this game contains dark themes such as body horror, gore, unsettling imagery, drug use, forced amnesia, and some weird form of Stockholm syndrome, plus appeasement. This game also contains loud noises, flashing lights, and screen shaking. For this reason, the game is meant for mature audiences, or if you have any sort of thing that would prevent you from interacting with the game with screen shaking, flashing lights, that warning as well. But if you're okay with all of those and all of those themes, then we will not waste any more time and we will jump in. I'm so excited. It looks creepy. It looks weird. Ah! Chef's kiss. Okay, let's start a new game. This game contains heavy gore. Guys, if you do not like gore and disturbing imagery, please leave now. Thank you. Please decide the level of intensity you want your gore. So we can do censored or full bloody gore. In order to get the full experience of this demo, or that's my excuse at least, we're gonna go full bloody gore. You'll see everything in all its bloody glory. This game also contains jump scares and a chase scene! I get so scared by jump scares, it's not even funny. It's sad. Does that stress you out? Well, I don't want to avoid them, so I'm just gonna say I'm alright with them. Fredo. But cool, have fun. I like this game already, this is fun. Thank you for your cooperation. Enjoy the demo. Thank you! Okay, Monday, 9:38 a.m. Wakey wakey! It's time to start your day. So we'll put my name as Lumos. You slowly come to your senses. There seems to be a fuzz hindering your memory, like a cloud around your thoughts. Come on, Lumos, I've let you sleep in enough. You slowly open your eyes and suppress a noise of alarm as you are met with a tall, pale figure with dark clothes and jet black hair gazing down at you. I am loving his character design already. It's only the first fucking cutscene graphic. Oh! There you are, honey. We're already running a little behind. You were extremely confused, anxiously scanning the strange yet oddly familiar room. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I can answer them all at breakfast, okay? Forced to listen to this man, you hesitantly nod, earning a toothy grin from him before he slipped out of the room. Freak out or stay as calm as you can. I'm gonna stay calm. Panic never helps anything. You close your eyes and take some deep breaths, opening them again when you feel ready enough to face whatever was downstairs. You get out of bed, your feet leading you towards the bathroom in your room. You had no idea that was there, yet it was like muscle memory. That's odd. That's suspicious. Looking in the mirror, you feel a bit more at ease. You look at yourself deeply in the mirror. You know it's your face, but it feels wrong somehow. You are. Oh, so I think here is where we get to choose our pronouns. So I go by any pronouns, but I will go for. I'll go for feminine pronouns. Why not? I'm kind of feminine presenting, so you'll be referred to as she, her. That's fine. After freshening up a bit and feeling much steadier, you head downstairs. As you advance downstairs, you're met with a pleasant smell of meat as well as the soft sizzle of oil on a pan. You take a seat at the table, not knowing what else to do. You see the back of the stranger, now wearing a baby pink apron that seemed a touch out of place with his entire aesthetic. You also couldn't help but notice the odd way stray locks of hair were floating over his head as if stuck to the ceiling by the tips. What? What? You could hear him humming softly as he killed the heat of the stove and began plating the food. Okay, the hair thing is really weirding me out. Why is it doing that? The face, kinda creepy, but the hair, straight up weird. Good morning, Lumos! You're presented with a surprisingly adorable breakfast. Oh yay! Whoa, the eggs and bacon! From what you could see, a golden brown toast, bacon, and a sunny side up egg with odd specks and powders on the surface you could only assume to be various seasonings. Clearly this guy doesn't know me too well. I don't like sunny side up. I like it flipped both sides. You can't remember if you ate meat or not. Would it even matter? You should eat. I think you'll enjoy it. Time for breakfast. Ooh. Oh, that's weird. That is creep. I don't like the mouth. Oh, I have to drag it in? Oh! Not quite, dear. Okay, I'm trying. Good. Good. What if I don't? Not quite, dear. Can I take the knife? Or the fork? No? Okay. Yum, yum, yummy! Mmm, yummy! Should I thank you for breakfast or say who are you? I'm gonna say, who are you? Goodness, straight to the point today, aren't we? My name is... You can call me Cole. Cole? Cole? Chahao? I'm gonna Google how to pronounce this because I really don't want to be pronouncing it wrong. Cole. Cole. Okay, so it is Cole. Like C-O-A-L. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. You can call me Cole. Now that introductions are out of the way, what would you like to know, my dear? Oh, where am I? Who am I? What are you? I'm gonna say, where am I? We're home. This house is a place I bought fresh out of high school. We spent a lot of time here together. It'll be our 2-year anniversary by the end of the week. Sometimes I wish you still remembered. Remember? Why can't I remember? For your safety, of course. The things your mind had gone through, it was the safest option to have you forget. Maybe it's best to leave it at that. He glances at your empty plate, as if double-checking that you ate it all. Would you look at that? You're all done with breakfast. He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water. Oh, I thought we were going to have a chance to ask all 3 of the questions. I really want to know what he is. You're free to roam around the house and explore if you want. You stand from the table feeling a little less uneasy now that you have food in your system and your most pressing questions somewhat answered. So we can either explore the house or stay put. I did read in the description of the game that it is important that you explore for clues and stuff to help you progress through the game and maybe escape. So I'm going to explore the house. You decide to explore. Look around dead downstairs or head upstairs. We'll make our way up, so we'll start on the lower floor, go up. You look around, seeing a modest living room right beside the kitchen. The severe lack of walls was kind of unsettling. Lack of walls? Like it was just one big room? If you looked around at any point of the house, you could see everything with little to no obstruction. You spot a hallway beside the staircase that leads upstairs. You peek around the corner to see a door. The front door. You glance over at Cole, who is still preoccupied in the kitchen, and tiptoe into the narrow hall. It's a gloomy scene. Ominous, even. Is that tape over the window? Where the door window should be was two wooden planks neatly nailed onto the surface, as well as duct tape along the glass beside the doorway. This is getting creepy! You see a small table with a drawer and a plant on top. That's cute. Inside the drawer was a house key, random receipts varying from last year to the year before, and a Polaroid. Is that Cole? Stop, he looks so cute. Who's he hanging out with besides us, huh? Oh, we meant to be sucker. He looks way different here, I'm not gonna lie. A slightly crumpled Polaroid. Showed three people. On the left, a man with long blonde wigs. On the right, a woman with sparkling ginger hair. And in the middle, a man with silky black hair, with a familiar shit-eating grin. Cole? No way this was the same guy as the one in the kitchen right now. This guy actually looked good. Alright. Normal. Human. What happened? You put the photo and the other various items back in the drawer before creeping close to the front door. You stare at it blankly for a moment. You could leave. Would it even be worth it? You don't know anything about the world anymore. No family, no friends. So we can either leave or stay. I'm gonna guess that we probably won't even be able to leave. Like, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be locked, so I'm gonna actually stay and explore. You sigh, shaking your head. It's not worth the risk. You were perfectly safe where you were. For the most part. I wanted to ask him more questions. Like, and when I said, chose at the start to remain calm, I didn't mean this calm, okay? I still feel like we should be a little bit panicked, a little bit querious. Why so querious? Is that just me? I feel like this is unnaturally calm. Oh my god. That's so fucking creepy. Okay. You turn around, jolting at the sight of Cole peeking from behind a corner, as if watching to see what you do. He flashed a grateful smile before returning to the kitchen, clearly pleased with your choice. Creep. Maybe it was best to keep an eye on Cole. After all, you weren't completely comfortable around him. Weren't completely. I don't think we should be any sort of comfortable around him. We don't know him. You walk towards a couch in the living room, taking a seat and waiting. After a few moments, Cole finally emerges from the kitchen. He smiles, pleasantly surprised that you stayed close by. Hi! Okay. I don't like the apron. It's just throwing the whole character off. Also, it's like a real picture in an apron. That's awful. Hate that. 3, the hair, still just as weird. I feel like he'd be way more attractive if the hair was not up on the ceiling. But anyways, not gonna lie, I thought you were going to try to leave. Any reason you decided not to? Why, did you want me to leave? He averted his gaze. No, never that. It's just, on rare days you don't immediately go to the door. Rare? You know, when you wake up every day, it's like a different version of your personality. Most of the time you're super scared and hate me. Sometimes you're super kind and understanding. 8 times out of 10 you end up wanting to leave me, you know? I guess. Okay, so we're here every day, and every day we wake up with amnesia. Okay. I just wanted to chat a little more, if that's alright. Cole visibly lit up. Of course, anything you want. Cole walks back into the kitchen, then returns with the pink apron folded neatly in his arms. Thank fuck he took that apron off. It looks so weirdly curvy though. Why he built like that? He's like, God damn, he looks better than I do. He sets it down on the bare coffee table, giving you his undivided attention. What are you curious about, my dear? Okay. That's what I'm gonna ask. Why you have that apron? Not what the fuck are you? Why do I have amnesia? What's going on? No, it's why do you have a pink apron? Well, I guess I'm gonna do with that. Why do you have that apron? You glance down at the pink apron on the table. It's almost comical to look at, given the circumstances and the general mood of the entire house. Why do you have that apron? Do you not like it? No, I think it's adorable. I just didn't expect someone like you to wear anything like it. Well, I typically don't. This is the only piece of clothing I own that's like this. You're actually the one who talked me into wearing it. This was before I started losing my memory, right? Yes, that's exactly right. Was it recently? It looks brand new. It's actually been about a year since I bought it. And it's that spotless? Don't you cook and clean with it on every day? Yes. But when I bought it, I told myself if I got it dirty at all in any way, I would have to kill myself on the spot. Why? Is there a reason for that? Or, like, is it just for fun? Okay. You blink, a little confused. That's nice, I suppose. Oh, look at that! Lunchtime! You open your mouth to say something, but you're sat in the chair once more. Oh, alright. Monday, 1:30 p.m. Hey man, don't like your apron. You are just so cute. Thank you, Cole. Thank you. You're presented with a normal looking sandwich. Yum! From what you could see, 2 slices of bread, lettuce, tomatoes, lunch meat, and cheese. Don't like the term lunch meat. I'm gonna pretend it says ham. Ham and cheese. Nothing seemed too out of the ordinary. You should eat. Time for lunch. This is weird. I feel like at some point, maybe in some of the later days or something, we're gonna be able to use the knife or something. I don't know. Theory. I put it. Wait, I need a. This is a big piece. What do you mean not quite? I need to cut this up. That's a huge piece. Guess I got a huge mouth as well, though. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Nom 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 nom. That was a lot of lettuce on there. There was an odd aftertaste in your mouth. A little bitter. Yeah, probably all that freaking lettuce. There was so much lettuce on there. Did you see how much lettuce was crammed into that sandwich? I like lettuce on my sandwiches, but only a little bit, please. What's on your mind, honey? So I can ask, what was I like before, or who are the people in the picture? What was I like before? I don't really know anything about myself. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts about me and who I used to be. What you were like? Well, to me, you're still exactly the same. Beneath the confusion, you're still my darling Lumos. You subconsciously made a face of confusion. He noticed and looks away, embarrassed. I've always had a hard time putting my thoughts into words. The things I feel about you, think about you, it's hard to explain in a way you'd understand. You haven't changed that much. At least, not to me. You're still so perfect. Every day when you wake up new again, it's like getting to know you over and over and over for the first time. Without even realizing it, you were beginning to lean away from him in your seat. The passionate declaration wasn't quite what you were expecting, but you weren't surprised. However unsettling it was. Cole seemed to have caught what he said as well, an embarrassed look on his face as he hastily apologized. Geez, that was pretty intense, huh? I'm sorry. I know that wasn't really an answer to your question, but it's the best I can give. At least you could trust he was being honest and genuine, even if it wasn't exactly what you wanted to hear. It gave you a better picture of what kind of man Cole was. It's fine, I guess. He lets out a soft sigh, glancing down at your empty plate as if double-checking that you ate it all. Why does he do that? Why is it so important you finish all your food? Okay, I feel like he's definitely drugging us. I also think that was in the warnings. Forced amnesia and drugging. Was that not in the warnings? I'm gonna put two and two together. Well, looks like we're all done here. Oh my god, he's so tall. What the hell? And curvy. Damn! He took the plate from in front of you, placing it in the sink and running the water just as he had before. Safe to assume you were free to do what you wanted again. You stand there for a moment, unsure of what to do next. Look around upstairs! You decide to take a look upstairs. Once you reach the top of the staircase, you scan the upstairs. There's a chandelier above you. It stands out quite a bit against the bland colours of the home. It looks antique. The second floor itself is modest and very simple, with only 3 doors that you could see. One with a sign that had your name, one with wooden boards over it, and another tucked away and locked tightly. You could only assume this was Cole's room. Ooh, so I can enter my room, the boarded room, or the locked room. Well, if that one's locked and that one's boarded, I feel like we're not going to be able to get into either of those. Right? I'm going to explore my room then. As you enter the room, you stand in the doorway. You see your bed. A closet with 5 of the same sweater hung up on clothes hangers. I was always thinking to myself, I was like, aha, I'm going to be able to figure out if this, actually is my room or not. Because if it's my room, it'll be full of all the stuff that I like, in real life. But I remembered, it's a game, but with many different people. So I'm going to have my stuff. Anyways, I just felt very silly. I felt like I should share that. The bathroom. And to your right, a short bookshelf with multiple random books, 2 framed pictures, and a shoebox at the very bottom. You approach the bookshelf, shutting your bedroom door behind you. Hi! You filming? Yeah? Okay. Sorry. No, it's okay. I've brought sausage rolls home for a quick dinner. Nice! Let me save this. Save. Shave. What time? I'm going to pause the recording and film a second part of me playing this because I have to go to my ice skating training. Like right now. Oopsie! At the end of that video, I went off to go to ice skating training and I realized that the video is actually getting a bit on the longer side. So I've decided that I'm going to do a second part
of playing that game. So that is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and stick around because I will be releasing the second part in a week's time. So stick around for that and find out what happens. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.